Well, good evening, shipmates, aka shippers, aka crewmates. Welcome to the Ships Podcast. My name is The Click, and I'm doing this podcast with one topic at a time. But today we have a special guest with us today, Salty Reddits. Say hello, my man.
Hello, fam.
How are you doing today?
Hi, Salty.
I'm doing amazing, hanging out with y'all. It's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be a glorious episode. So yeah. Today we were thinking we were going to talk a bit about how to balance life. Because we have all been in a situation that we have both full-time jobs, we have YouTube, we have different responsibilities in life. How do you make time for everything? How do you balance life? How do you make sure that you're still, well, relatively happy? How happy you can be when you're obsessed with YouTube analytics like all that we are. We're like drug addicts, essentially, but less visible. So that's today's theme. So what do you guys think about that?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Don't laugh
I know
at me.
I've been in a bit of a precarious situation ever since I was younger, of just trying to make enough to have the bills meet ends every month. So it's always been a juggling act of having multiple jobs at a time. So whenever I tell my history of how many jobs I've worked or what types of jobs I've worked, people are like, "Yeah, but are you like 40? Like, how did you have that many jobs?" And it's just like sometimes they overlap, sometimes they're short stints, but it's always like the next hustle. I'm always on to the next thing to try to make sure that I've got something in the bank, because when I was growing up, there wasn't a lot of money. So always had to try to keep pushing for the next thing.
So despite your username, you were in fact not one job at a time.
I'm not one task at a time there, Click, but I do take it one topic at a time.
Task at a time.
That kind of motivates me still, is that I always take on too much, but I never back down from a challenge. It's just, I always have to get it done. And you've noticed that, Click, with my
You never
schedule.
sleep. It is ridiculous. You almost make me uncomfortable, like how little you sleep, because you're
YouTubers
awake
don't
when I
sleep.
get up in the morning. Yeah. It's ridiculous. He's awake.
Well, I got a couple
when-
hours last night, so it's fine.
Yeah, a couple hours. Jesus, you're not human. If I sleep less than like 7 hours, I'm dysfunctional.
And you probably get like 3 or 4 hours of sleep a night, maybe.
Thereabouts.
You get-
yeah.
My God, that is so little. I don't know how you guys manage. So Salty, you're a guest on here, and you still have a full-time job. You also do YouTube.
Yes.
How do you manage it?
I don't, honestly. I work on my job. I try to get the bills paid, and then if I can maybe get a few minutes of free time every night to try and record or edit, like it's my hobby. I love doing YouTube. It's so much fun to do, but I'm not able to quit my job right now and just do it full time. It just wouldn't make sense for me. So, because I do own a house.
It wouldn't make sense for most people. It's such a hard balance.
It really is, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So try to make, as long as the bills are paid, then I'm all good to just have fun. But that's the main goal first, is pay the bills. Yeah.
I think that's a good first attitude. And also it's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
One thing I realized when I went from going full-time to YouTube is that you can also not compare the salaries side by side, because there are so many things your employer pay for that are no longer automatically paid for. For example,
Right.
different kinds of insurance, or anything like that, really. So all the side payments, for example, I had subscriptions for both internet and phone on the company. So that's like, a couple
Oh,
hundred
wow.
bucks.
Oh, geez,
No,
they
not
gave
that,
you
but
internet?
like $100 a month, maybe. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, what?
So everything like that came back, and that's not stuff you consider. It's like, I have this salary here, I have this salary here, but all this background stuff as well. So you need to consider all that before you make the leap. It's like my words of wisdom to anybody watching.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and then you got taxes. So if your YouTube revenue, whatever revenue you're getting, you have to pay. Especially in the U.S., some people have to pay like 35% taxes on that stuff when you go.
You guys are lucky.
when
You
you're
should be in Sweden.
independent.
Jesus Christ. I'm lucky if I keep this.
I'm moving to Sweden.
Yeah.
No.
Moving to Sweden? No.
Yeah.
I don't think
Oh,
so.
God.
Salty.
Be cool to visit, but
Yeah.
But yeah, the taxes
Taxes are
definitely
a thing. If I make enough money to then pay taxes, I guess I'm okay. But if I make under like 20K in the year, then it's like vastly reduced. So I'm not uber worried right now. I think I'm doing okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not too bad.
But the only way I could make this work was by having fewer bills. So, like Salty said, got to make sure
Yeah.
the bills are paid at the end of the month. I had to just cut everything down as soon as I started this thing. I don't even drive right now. It's is
you
just
can
keeping
avoid
everything
it.
really tight so that do
Yeah.
I avoid it? Yes, I avoid it drastically. And it kind of helps. Like the only time I really go out driving is now with Human One when we're going to the gym or getting groceries or something. Otherwise, there's the bus if I need it. There's a train, so it's all fine.
Right. I think
That's
that
good.
works, man. If you work from home, if you can get around with the bus and train and it's not an issue for you, then man, save that money, Save the money
Oh,
if
yeah.
you can.
No, that's something for me that became a lot cheaper when I started working with YouTube because I didn't need like this subscription ticket to like the local bus systems and that stuff. And also I don't eat out every lunch, so the lunch cost is like cut in half. So a lot of things in life became cheaper, even though some things transferred over to my personal bill, like phone subscriptions and
How
stuff.
about insurance,
Some-
health insurance and stuff like that? Was your job paying health insurance?
Yes, there was paying health insurance and pension, so I have to do
Oh.
that myself nowadays. Or you
Right.
can skip saving for your pension. I mean, it's up to you, but
Or just
I would
don't pay
recommend
health
doing
insurance.
I'll be healthy forever. Don't worry about it.
It's less tricky in Sweden because everyone has to have health insurance, right? Click.
I don't
Like it's pretty rare that there's like exception to it.
Mandated.
It's
yeah,
kinda
it's
like that
pretty.
here.
Most people have it. I'm not sure if it's a legal requirement. There are different degrees of insurance as well. So I'm not an expert on that, honestly, because
Okay.
the vast majority of my life I've had someone else do it for me.
Gotcha.
It's easy. Just
Well,
have
that's
them
lucky,
do it.
especially when you're younger, because you can. I know in America it's similar to Canada in that you can be on someone else's insurance until you reach a certain age, and then you have to start paying for it.
Yeah.
It used to be pretty expensive. BC is the one province where it just kind of hecks you over because we have more of a privatized, socialized healthcare than the rest of Canada. But as soon as the most recent government got in, they changed it. So now it's only like $35 a month. The company I was working for didn't pay for it. So it's been a number of years where I've had to pay it myself. So it hasn't been that big of a deal.
35 a month. That's not. I'm paying
35,
300
that's it.
a month.
That gets me everything. That's like
great.
actually-
dental
that's a good
health
deal.
and
hospital,
everything.
doctors. Yeah. If I need anything.
Jeez. Yeah, mine's
I'm
about
set.
$300 a month for no. Like it's so bad. It's
Yeah.
so bad. Like my deductible
Well, that's the thing.
is
If
still
everyone
like
in
$5
America
grand.
paid for it, it would cost like nothing.
Yeah, it's true.
But since the states get to opt out who don't want it, and people get to opt out, then it's just like, well, then it's incredibly expensive for anyone else. It's just maddening.
It's a messed up system, man. One of the
It
many
is
messed
weird,
up
yeah.
systems here in the U.S.
Oh,
How do you balance the hours that you put in for your job, Salty? Because you're, like Click said, you're working full time, but whenever you need money to pay for those extra side things, like quote unquote extra, like insurance, you have to work more essentially. So, how are you balancing all those hours, and especially YouTube, and now that you're doing Twitch?
I'm honestly I'm not balancing them. It's like I said, as long as I make it to work for the 8 hours a day and I get 40 hours a week, I'm out of that place, and that's all I try to think about that place. And then my main focus is trying to get at least 2 or 3 videos done a week. Sometimes lately it's been really bad because I think it's because I started streaming on Twitch, and then I want to do that because it's a lot of fun, but then I should go and record and edit. So I'm trying to balance that out like internally right now. But we're getting
nowadays
there.
we also have sand milk that takes up a lot
Yes.
of time during
So
weekends
much
and
time.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Just like
I
today,
didn't realize.
we got to set aside time today to record. Yesterday we did 2 videos.
Yeah.
It's,
And then stream.
Huge project.
And for me, like I get anxious, so I'll like get ready like an hour before, and like I'll like make sure everything's good. So it takes a lot of time. You want to get ready and you want to have a good recording. And to me, it means a lot. I mean, I'm sure it means a lot to you boys as well. But
Oh,
yeah,
of course.
it's
I think
definitely- wanna make
everybody
sure
here is
it's-
very invested in it.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
getting ready for it, I remember, what was it? Was it last week? We had a sad milk recording very early in the morning for me. So I like woke up 5 minutes before the recording. I didn't even put on pants. I just grabbed a coffee like on my way to the computer and just sat there in my underwear like, oh, welcome to Sad Milk.
That's right. I
So
remember
glad,
that.
way to
so
record,
glad
man.
we don't have cameras on Sad Milk
Oh.
yet.
I've definitely done that a few times too. No, I feel that in my soul.
You're just so not ready, and you're just sitting there in your underwear and
Oh.
oh.
I'm
Sometimes
hardly
it's,
ever ready for
sometimes
life.
it's
Just
funny.
half up.
because you're like half asleep, so you have this kind of sleep deprived kind of humor, and you'll sit there like an old man who doesn't give a shice.
Yeah, well, plus you have your super deep voice when you wake up. You're like, that's the
yeah,
plug.
Hi there, welcome to Sandman.
Yes. It all adds, man. It all adds to the videos. Sad Milk is so much fun to do.
Oh, I love
It
Sad
really
Milk.
is.
And what I find so fascinating about it is that all of us that are in Sad Milk kind of found our own personality, even though we're a lot of people. It feels like we're not stepping on each other's toes a lot because everybody found their like character in the group quite quickly.
Right.
And I love that.
Exactly. Everyone has their own personality, and no one steps on each other's toes.
Well,
Yeah, we're getting better at that. We're getting better at the accidental toast, and I think it's the delay.
Discord delay does not help. Yeah,
Does not.
that's the main
No.
thing. If we could see
No.
each other, we'd know when to shut up.
Yes.
Right.
If we sat in the same
Essentially.
room or we're on video, then we'd be fine. But yeah. No.
Exactly. Yeah.
I
It's
think-
hard
I think
to
the
convey
people-
any message when it's just through audio.
Yes, I think
Right.
the editors make us look better than we are. It's a lot
Oh,
messier
yeah.
doing the recordings because the editor's like, okay, here are 4 people talking over each other. Cut 3 of them so at least we can
Yeah.
hear what someone is saying.
No, the editors
Even
are
in my
God.
main
Like,
videos.
the Sad Milk editors are just insanely good. I can't imagine doing 7 or 8 audio tracks. Like, I've only done I think max one other one besides me, and I just, that'd be insane to try and do 6 or 7.
I've done
It is a
2,
different
and it was
beast.
painful.
I've done 3 at most. Most of fanfic readings with Oz and Illuminati. That was a lot of fun.
Oh,
It
right.
takes such a long time though. That video I spent
Yeah.
probably 2 days editing that, but yeah.
Jeez. You want to make sure it's
is a lot
good.
of
You
work.
want to make sure it pops and sparkles.
Oh yeah, and the sad thing with those kind of videos is that they never do as well as the mainstream videos.
Right.
I kind of, when it comes to YouTube, I kind of see it as 2 flows. It's like community videos, which is kind of like, for example, when I posted me playing guitar in Discord, or for example, when we
Right.
read fanfics,
Which are
those
great
videos are
videos.
very, yeah, they are appreciated very much by the community, but they don't really have a big reach on YouTube. They always tank compared to the other videos. And then you
Yeah.
have the mainstream videos, which is, for example, Noah Get the Boat on my channel, which like is always a guaranteed zinger because it's the name itself just pops nowadays.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That's what brought in a lot of your audience before the end of last year, I think.
Oh yeah. So
So, Click,
balancing.
how are you finding the balance yourself with the huge, massive time difference?
That is
Still
the
trying
most
to do
difficult
collaborative
part.
projects.
Yeah.
That is the most. Yeah, for example, yesterday we were gonna record this podcast yesterday, and I realized like an hour before, like, oh, heck, I'm not gonna have time to
Dinner
eat
time.
dinner today because we have an hour and a half or 2 hours recording this podcast plus the bonus episode. Then we have 2 Sad
Yeah.
Milk recordings back to back, and before that, I tried to get some of my own projects done. It's like, what? This is like from 4 or 5 in the afternoon until midnight. It's like I don't have time to eat, man.
It's a lot of work, man. And it's weird
Yeah, it
times,
is.
too, so it is hard to balance and schedule that.
Yeah, it is. But that's like the biggest challenge with Sad Milk, just the time difference. It is much easier now when I'm full time because even if it is late in the evening and stuff like that, I can make it work. What I have noticed though is that my social life is suffering because in the
Yeah.
evening that's when friends want to meet up and you're like, no, I have a recording at 9 in the evening. That cuts the
Yeah.
evening.
You guys
in
are
half.
my social life now. That's it.
It's hard.
That's what I got.
I think all my friends think that I hate them because I just...
Oh, no.
I'm busy. I'm sorry. I love you. I'm sorry. Busy. We'll go to the movies in 2 months or something. I promise.
Oh, yeah. Once we're all
Oh,
done
man.
being locked in a box.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because
yeah,
of all the
nowadays
dust
it's not
in
too
the
bad.
air.
That's
Not for us.
true too. The apocalypse is here.
The
You know,
unnamed apocalypse so that we don't get our video taken down.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man. That is silly.
And then we had an
So-
earthquake here in Utah the other day. Freaking 5.7.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you told us.
We
That
haven't
must-
had
yeah.
one of those that big since 1992, and it was nowhere near here. It was like several miles, like St. George or something like that. But it was insane. Like, it was insane. Just laying in my bed, all of a sudden I hear this like rumble. I think it's the garbage man or whatever outside taking the garbage out.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden the house just starts like, it felt like it was lifting up. Like one corner of the house was just lifting up and slamming back on the
Whoa.
ground.
That's one
And-
thick garbage man.
Oh, it was nuts. It was nutty.
Shut up, Click. You've been talking about thick people a lot today. Before we start recording, for anyone out there, Click was singing about thick people.
Yeah.
Get down with the thickness.
Yeah, there it is.
It's all about the thickness, y'all.
It
I
is.
got a sickness for the thickness.
Oh, guys, I'm getting kind of thick right now. I'm getting that quarantine belly where I got to stay indoors all day, so I can't run outside as much as I want. So it's just...
Right.
I'm going to forgive myself in a month or so when I can start trimming down again. But right now, it's just like, oh, I don't think my bod's going to be ready for summer.
Not having that
that.
bikini bod.
Yeah.
I know, right? I want to fit in my cool one piece.
One piece.
Oof.
Just do like that marathon runner did and just jog around your house. He ran a full marathon in his house.
Really? Not even outside
yeah.
in the garden, like indoors.
Like apparently out on his patio, apparently. But I don't know how big this dude. Maybe he's a millionaire and he's got like a mile-long patio. But
I don't have a lot of space. I could run around a table, but after about 8 feet circumference, I'd be done.
you know they make
So
little pedal bikes for under your desk. I really want to get one for like just sitting at
cool.
your desk all day. They make like a little bike that can sit under your desk and you can just pedal on and change the resistance
That is
and
cool.
stuff. Yeah,
For like
little
editing
exercise
meetings,
while
that's
you're
perfect.
editing. You know,
When
great
we're
way to
recording
balance
sad
life.
milk.
you're just like, pedaling your ass off. And
Oh my god, honestly, I don't hate that idea. Having a little pedal at home bike, I have the laptop set up there. I can exercise and edit at the same time.
yeah, and they're really small. Like they'll fit
Oh.
right under your desk. Like they're really small.
Oh yeah,
You've
and then you
just
have a
opened up
nutritious
a whole
drip
new
into your
world
arm
to
as
me.
well, so you eat and work out and edit at the same time. Perfect.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, all right,
They're
all right.
cheap. You'll have to check them
Early
out.
Christmas
They're
present to
like,
myself. I'm going to look into that. Thanks, man.
It's not. It's
Yeah.
okay. Very early Christmas present. So one thing I wanted to ask you guys, and this is something that I think we talk quite a bit about behind the scenes, because just think 1 year ago where we were at with this whole YouTube business. Sad Milk wasn't a thing. Our own channels were, very small at best. We were like in the starting phase. Very
I think
hobby
it was
like.
about 2,000 subscribers around this time last year.
Yeah, I had more, but most of it was dead sub base from my like Let's Play days. So I had something similar.
Pre-
but-
you had like
Failed
70K
notification.
though. Still, you've grown that account like.
oh yeah,
Did you? I thought you had like 30 or 40 around
yeah.
there.
I had about 40, I think, when I started
Yeah.
doing Reddit. So I had like a couple of thousand who followed me when I switched content, but it took some
Right.
time to build up the velocity because most of it was inactive people.
Weren't watching and yeah.
Yeah, still fun though when old people come back. I get those comments sometimes like,
Hey, I remember you from back in the day.
That's really cool.
Yeah, back
I've
in
been
the-
here since Amnesia.
Yeah, Amnesia. Yeah,
Yes.
that's right. I see that in your comments sometimes. Like Amnesia, play that. You should do a Let's Play Amnesia.
Yeah. Hey, you should do that content again. It's like, oh, fam, that game is okay. Never mind.
Right.
But you're
It's a
not
bit-
PewDiePie. You can't revive a whole game just by doing a video.
No, I'm not.
Right.
I don't have that notoriety, not yet. At
Not
least.
yet.
But
Not yet.
yeah, it will get there. Give me half a year. But something I wanted to ask you guys, just considering how much of a journey we did over the past year, where do you see our channels and Sad Milk and this whole thing in one more year from now? So like spring 2021.
I think if we
Well,
keep
Sad Milk's
pushing
gonna
like
reach
we
out.
are, yeah, I think Sad Milk is just taking off. I did not expect that to just blow up like it has been. And we've got so much positive feedback. It's like, it's obvious we need to keep doing it. It's fun. Everybody's loving it. Like, it's such a cool experience. But I think it's going to go far. I really think Sad Milk's going to go far. The more that we work on our personal channels, it's just going to keep going up and up.
It's at 86.4 thousand subscribers on Sad Milk.
Jeez.
I don't
Is it that
expect
much.
Yeah, I don't expect over the next 6 months or so to really receive a paycheck from Sad Milk, but if it can pay for itself and it can sustain itself, that's fine. Because as long as I'm
Right.
making content that entertains
goal.
people, that's my main goal. And since I'm taking 2 days to make a video on my channel now, where I'm just putting in oodles of edits and it's taking so long to finish,
Right.
that amount of engagement that I can put in elsewhere for people to find me is so important to me. So to see Sad Milk be a success for me isn't about making money back from it necessarily, at least not in the short term. It's more keeping people entertained so they don't forget about me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't think Sad Milk
Yeah.
was intended as a money farm really.
No,
I mean, it would
it's-
be nice if it produced a paycheck in the long run. Of
Right.
course. I mean, we put a lot of work into it, but
That's
I mean, in the beginning, you put money into it. Basically, it's like starting any
Yeah.
business. You need a starting capital, and even even if it starts to break even and go a bit plus, we're still 7 people splitting the bill. So it's
Yeah.
you know, even if you make a bit of money, it's not going to be
It's-
that much
it's a
when it reaches you.
passion. Yeah, it's a passion
is.
project.
And if it
We're
breaks
all just
even
having
after a few
fun.
months, like
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that sucks right now is we're paying the editors in USD. I showed Illuminati this the other day. I think yesterday when I was paying the bills, but $60 in USD right now is 100 and something in Canadian. So
Ooh, damn.
it kind of sucks for me. The dollar's been dropping a lot lately, and it's kind of butts. It was like 70 cents a week and a half ago, and now it's 66 or 64 cents right now.
Jeez,
Oh wait,
that's
do you get
scary.
paid in Canadian dollars from YouTube?
It hits my
Yeah,
account in
you do.
Canadian, yeah, and I check my analytics in Canadian. Yeah.
Yeah, I get paid in dollars. So even though the Swedish crown is weak, it doesn't really affect me because it gets the transaction rates comes before I get it as a salary. So for me, it's like good that my currency is weak because the dollar I get from YouTube is more.
That's so
What
interesting.
about you, Salty? How are you approaching the whole success with Sad Milk, and what do you think about that?
Like I said, I think the same thing. It's a passion project. I have a lot of fun with it. As long as we can make enough to pay our editors and to keep it moving forward, I don't care if I ever get a paycheck from it. It's fun. As long as it's like self-sustaining, like it's just a passion. It's a hobby. It's a lot of fun. It would be great if we could get a paycheck from it, but it's not like I'm ever expecting it or anything like that. Like it's just a lot of fun hanging out with everybody, laughing at memes. Like everybody loves it. We get so much positive feedback from the videos, and if anything, it just helps our personal channels. You know, with doing that. If that's all that comes of it, then good friends and good times is all I'm in it for. Really.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, Sad Milk brought me you guys, and so that's,
Aw.
I mean, that's awesome
Aw.
for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Is,
That's so sweet.
Like I said, you guys are my social life right now. So when
That's
I'm
pretty-
up late to hang out with Click in the morning, and then after I wake up later, I'm hanging out with the rest of you.
Yep. Been doing a lot
And
of
all the
streams lately.
That is true.
And the streams.
Oh, and all the fan art we get for Sad Milk. That is ridiculous.
Oh, every day, man.
milkmaids?
Every day.
yes.
If I
yes.
miss it for a
Oh,
day, it's like so many posts in
It's
there I
like
have to go
50
through.
pieces,
So cool.
you know, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I haven't checked for a while. Uh-oh.
Oh, you'll have to look because it's. I missed it for a few days and then I went back and I'm like, holy cow! Like I think
Oh,
we had a
no.
video come out and then I missed a day, and then so a lot of people just created art from that episode. I think, and oh,
Yeah, we
man,
need
it
to
was-
make an episode 2 of the reviewing fan art. It's
Yes,
so good.
already,
So
because-
good.
Oh, that
Yeah.
would be neat.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, it
so
was like
many
what? We
fun.
did,
It
made a
was-
video like a couple of weeks ago.
It's 4
was really
videos
good.
ago. It's
Yeah.
But we
There's
got
only
like
3 videos between
quadruple.
the most recent.
Yeah, we got
Oh
quadruple
wow, it's at
the amount of
90k
posts.
views.
Ooh,
Is that
that's
one?
not too bad, actually.
That's really
yeah.
good.
Hmm.
And that's the thing. The community posts are doing pretty good. Like that's just a community post, you know. And for that
Exactly.
to do as good as it did, like that's just really cool. That means everybody's in it. Everybody wants to see it. And
Indeed. I mean, we're still at the point with Sad Milk where most videos get more views than we have subscribers, and that is a
Yes.
really good ratio.
It differs on my channel, in which I now only have. I rarely hit above my subscriber amount for video views. It's like 1
Oh,
in
yeah.
4 or 5.
lately,
Yeah,
I'll
it
be
gets harder and
lucky
harder
if I
the
get,
larger the
like,
channel grows.
Oh yeah, the more the channel grows. Lately, I've been getting like 20% of my subs, if that. Like I'm lucky to get 20% that watch it.
Ooh.
Been having a struggle getting into the algorithm lately, but it's up and down.
I mean,
That's how it
20% penetration can be fine if you have a large subscriber base. So,
yeah.
Right.
like PewDiePie, if he turned around 10% for every video,
Oh, yeah.
he'd be set.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's
At
also
103
setting right
million.
now, even though we don't get that. But yeah.
Did that answer your question, Click?
About the future of our go for PewDiePie.
Oh yeah. Where do you see the future, Salty? Where do you see the future of Sad Milk?
The future, I think if we keep doing it, it's gonna go big. Like I could see it hitting a 1 million subs in a year. That's what I think. I really could. If we keep going the way
Really?
we're going, I really think so. Yeah, I do. It's gotten just such good positive feedback. I haven't really looked at our the analytics too much, but I mean, from what I see, if we hit a good video and it does well, you know what I mean? There's no question. So
I remember in the beginning of Sad Milk, we had a couple of videos take off, and I still remember we had a day when we gained like 7K subs in a day.
yeah, like
That was
insane.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Insane.
It's like, my
If
God.
we could do that a few times, we'll be at 1 mil. Like if we can figure out that, you know, I really think so.
Yeah, and I love working on
All
a
we have
project
to
like
do-
this with Sad Milk because everybody's kind of on the same level. We're all very invested in it, and it becomes more than just colleagues working on a project. It's a bit deeper, and everybody wants to see it succeed on the same level. It's very rewarding.
Yeah,
it's very
exactly.
nice.
All we have to do is title the next episode "The New Soot House," and then
Oh God! Oh God!
It's so much hate. You're copying Soot
yeah,
House.
no, we shouldn't do that. Shouldn't do that.
People hate on you whatever you do. Really, if I scroll through my comments, I wouldn't be surprised if people accuse me of copying someone when I covered Noah Get the Boat.
You
Even though
created
you're the
that
one
sub.
that
That
broke
sub
the,
did not exist
yeah.
before you covered it. Click. You're like, hey guys, look at
That
this
was-
creepy dark corner of the internet, and then boom, it wasn't.
It was such a
dark-
niche.
It was.
I think it was like 20K members on the sub before it hit YouTube, and it was. I still remember those first few videos I made on it. Like it wasn't even a big name back then, and for some
Right.
reason they just had such a massive pull. I
You nailed
remember,
it, man.
I think it was the second or third Noah video I made. It hit
Yeah.
like, I don't know what it was. The first few hours, it did like 30 or 40K views an hour. That is absolutely
Insane.
insane.
Yeah.
That's like more than what I used to get in a day, you know?
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, it was absolutely nuts. I mean, it doesn't have the same kind of hype anymore, and it's been more saturated, but
Right.
it still does well, and it's still a fun kind of dark, memey place to go.
Yeah, well, you
I
do it
like
very
it.
well with the voices and the ooh-woos, and like you, that sub is yours, man. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. Like you own that subreddit. Like
Oh
that
my
is
God.
yours. I have to request permission. Like, Click, will you do it an episode of Noah with me, please, so I can get one out?
I think there's
Yeah, I
only
don't-
one person that can really compete for the ooh-woos, but I don't think anyone can unseat you for that title, Click.
No,
No, it's. I mean, I don't own any subreddit in that sense. I mean, I really
Right.
think it's very flattering when people say like, "Hey, man, you made this meme." Like, it's really cool. But I still
Yeah.
I would never tell anyone like, "Hey, you can't cover this." The only thing I ask,
Right.
for example,
Oh,
if
no.
a trend is started, and that goes back at me as well. For example, if I hop on a bandwagon, I want to do it justice. Because what I didn't like when I saw Noah getting more traction is that I saw a lot of channels covering it that did a really poor job. It was very obvious they only covered it because, I saw
just
this
wanted
do
to
well
farm
on
it.
another channel. I'm gonna hop on this and
Yeah.
just do really mediocre videos on it. And that's something I have a hard time respecting.
Right.
But apart from that, I don't control any flow. It's an open market.
You and I saw that 1 hour clip from a smaller channel that
was so bad.
ripped your thumbnail and then tried to make an hour-long Noah Get the
Yes.
Boat video, and it's just
Are you
scrolling
kidding
up
me?
and down a page. So
Yeah,
risky.
they did a screen capture on their phone, so the aspect ratio was completely off.
Oh,
and they just scrolled
garbage.
through the subreddit for I think it was
So
1 or
gross.
2 hours, just recording it
Jeez.
completely
Yeah.
unedited. And they stole my thumbnail for the video. And it's just them talking on like a really crappy phone mic. Like,
Oh, here's a meme. Get the boat. Oh, here. Oh, right. Moving here. Yeah.
it's like it
For
was
an
so,
hour, 2
oh
hours.
my God.
Ugh.
Oh yes.
And they
It was-
use your thumbnail. Come on.
Yeah.
I understand if you
Can
want to try
imagine
it out
putting
and
that
you want
low
to,
effort in?
you know. I
That was
can't
ridiculous.
anymore.
Like, we have standards.
I wish I could put low effort in now. It's like, no, my mind is like, nope, make this perfect. This one little frame transition, that no one's going to see. You've got to make it perfect. And I don't know what it
That's
is.
the tricky thing. It's like you want to put in enough big edits so the conscious mind sees it, and you want to put in enough small edits that the unconscious mind sees it, so that people's attention stays.
Yes.
It's almost like a little bit of social manipulation, but really it's just like you're putting these in as kind of like an investment, being like, don't forget me, don't forget me, don't forget
Right.
me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Exactly.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's interesting on YouTube what what you have to keep in mind to make a video interesting. People often look at YouTubers and say, "Oh, it's so easy, you know, anyone could do this."
Right.
If anybody could do this, everybody would do it.
Yeah. No, it's
once you're at
definitely-
a point of success, it's easy for people to look at that success and go, well, to maintain it, that's nothing. But really, it's getting to that point. Any level of success is incredibly hard to reach.
Yes,
right.
Unless
it
you're
is.
unless you're stupidly lucky, unless you fall headfirst into it.
Yeah, it's a
Like,
bit of mix of both. You still need, you
if
need
you
luck
become a
and you
meme.
need grit.
I
For
agree.
example,
Yeah.
I would say a lot of my channel growth came from, it was lucky. You know, I found, for example, Mwah and a couple of other topics along the way that really worked well. But I was also, you know, my channel is 10 years old. So it's not like, you know, I just started making videos one morning and all of a sudden, boom, I had 200,000 subscribers. It's like, it doesn't happen overnight, fam. And just over the past year, when I still had a job, it was like every evening, every weekend you work. I had to literally apologize to some friends of mine after I got rid of my day job because I could not spend time with them during like 6 months of a time. It was insane. You just sacrifice so much of your life
You
to
really
even
do.
build it up. Yeah.
I
think-
would fall asleep during recordings and during the edits afterwards. And
There
I
you
would
go.
do it all in one session every single night. I would do a video every single day. So if I went out and I hung out with people, I knew I had to do like more of a text-based video for the next one because I'm like, I'm going to pass out. Like I can't spend 20 hours on the memes. I got to
Yeah.
spend like 2 hours on this edit. That's it.
Yeah, you've fallen asleep at the laptop
now-
all the time.
No, that's true. I still do that. But it's different now because I can then wake up and continue my edit instead of going to my day job.
Yeah. Oh, that's so much easier.
But I'm
I would
lucky. I
stay
have
up
so
till-
few responsibilities. I have work. I have to look after human one and food, and that's it. Other than that, I only have to feed my fish and my tarantula, and then I'm set. I'm golden. Click. You've got the cat. You have to look after.
Well, it's the family cat, so I mainly look after it when the
There you
rest of
go.
the family is traveling, pretty much. So it's not my name on the paper, luckily. But from time to time, I watch it. Yes, but I mean the same thing goes for me. I don't have that many like serious responsibilities, really. It's like I run my YouTube channel and the company that comes with it. I run all the side projects, but most of my responsibilities like take care of my house, take care of my health, cook food, take care of YouTube and the businesses that come with it. But
Right.
that's essentially it. I don't really take care of that many other people, if that makes sense. It's like my girlfriend, for example, but it's also we're two adults, so
Right.
it's a give and take. But so in that sense, it's a very luxurious period of your life, I think, because even though we work incredibly much, and I don't know how we do it when I look at it on paper because it's ridiculous. No human should do this. It's
hours you
still
put
we're
in.
still very lucky. Yeah, because we can focus on ourselves. We can be very selfish, if that makes sense. Even though we do public content, so to say,
Right.
we can push for what we want to push for, and that's very lucky. I think that's very nice.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder for me on that aspect because I do have a little salty that I have to take care of. As you two know, some of the audience members might not know, but I do have an 8-year-old that definitely needs some attention, and I'd love to give her as much attention as I can. But it is hard. You know, some days it's like, oh, I need to edit, but I need to hang out with her a little bit today, and it's like, oh, it's definitely a struggle.
Yeah.
Oh,
And she knows it too, but
Reminder
she's
that you're
so
still
good.
around.
Like, okay, Dad,
should
you're gonna do your videos. Like,
family vlog channel in the future.
yeah, exactly, right? Heck yeah.
Oh, that'd be so sweet. I'd check that out. I'd watch that.
That's where you get the high
epic.
CPM. No, just kidding.
Yeah, but she's never interrupted any videos. She's never like come banging on the door or anything. Like
Yeah.
you're clearly raising her right.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, her mom is kind of out of the picture, so that definitely makes it a little bit more of a struggle because there's not someone else to like, okay, it's time for dinner. I'll make your dinner while you do this. Nope, it's all me. Luckily, I have my roommate. My roommate Puff is really awesome in taking care of her, and it's like, hey, I gotta go record for whatever 2 hours. Can you make sure she's fed and like that she's okay? But yeah, I still try and take at least an hour every day and just spend time with her because if it gets bad when and I've done it before. I don't give her enough attention on a day, and it's like you can tell, like, okay, I'm really sorry, sweetie. We'll spend 2 hours tomorrow. We'll just play video games or whatever,
Aw.
So there's that too, where it's like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not doing a video today because I need to have other things. But
So
Yeah.
you really do balance everything. You have both Sad Milk, you have your own channel, you have a day job full time, and you also have a daughter. And on top of that, you're a single father.
Yes.
And he's streaming.
And
And
I
he's
stream
also
occasionally
streaming
now.
when
This
I
is-
can.
Yeah.
Do you even sleep?
I still sleep. That's why I think my channel is not doing so hot, as I've been not able to upload as much.
Blame the sleep.
Yeah, I'll just blame the sleep.
If I didn't have to sleep,
To be honest, if I didn't have to sleep, I'd be so productive. I would just never stop working.
Yeah.
That would be a bad thing.
What else would I do? What else is life? I don't know.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What is that picture, for example, when God says to human, like, I bring you into this world, there's lots of suffering, and 1/3 of your life you will spend unconscious.
Yeah.
And that will be the favorite time of all.
Yep.
It's like,
oh yeah.
You go through
Yeah,
phases
well,
of really enjoying sleep and then not wanting to sleep because you got stuff to do. But yeah, sleep is amazing. I try and get at least 6 hours a night, and then I'm okay. But
that is good. Yeah, at our age, maybe we don't need much more. I mean, it's not like we're in puberty anymore.
Oh,
right.
yeah. At least I'm not an old man just yet. Not even the oldest one in the group, thankfully.
That is true, yes.
Because I'm 19 years old. I think only one of us is still a teenager, actually. There's going to be sad days when we're all grown-ups.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, we're going to be so old.
Right?
It's coming. The gray hairs. The gray hairs are coming, and they're coming faster because YouTube gives you them gray hairs. I swear. I swear. I started YouTube, and it's like, doink, there's a gray hair. Oh no! Here's a wrinkle. Here's a gray hair. It's like, no.
I got a first gray hair when I was like 19, 20. So it's,
Jesus.
they happen. I'm still 19. I got my first gray hair this year, whatever.
You mean that you're
Yeah.
19 and a half
It
now,
happens.
and you got it when you turn 19.
Half.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
Yeah, they started coming in around my temples, and one of my brothers mentioned to me, like, "Hey, James, you've got gray hair." I was like, "Yeah,
like, shut up."
cool.
Oh,
You're
no.
going bald. Like, what do you want?"
When your hair just starts giving up on you and stops producing the color pigment, it's like, nope, we're done. We've had fun. It was a good life.
Sometimes I freak myself out. I look in the mirror and I'm like, "Oh my god, did my hairline recede?" And then I go back and I look at a picture of me from like 10 years ago. I'm like, "Oh no, it's just I've always had a high forehead."
It was always receded.
Oh, shut up, Click.
Forehead.
I don't know.
No, I have a massive
It's just
forehead,
funny.
too. It's ridiculously big.
Oh yeah, I've seen that in the comments.
Yeah.
5 head. That's what I've heard. Yes.
Yes,
head.
5 head. Because it's so
forehead.
big.
Which I
Five
don't
head
think-
forehead.
I don't think you quite qualify for a 5 head, to be honest. Like, it's a high forehead, but
It is.
normally
it
you
means
see
we
it,
have
like-
big brains, fam. So
Yeah. Space for brain capacity. See?
Yeah, I'm
it's
rocking my
about.
Neanderthal brain. It's pretty massive.
Neanderthal.
Yeah, Homo sapiens sapien. I think we have smaller brains than Neanderthals.
I think
I
so.
mean, we're taller than them.
I'm not sure.
I'd
never
have
met
to remember
one.
back to my days. Well, I mean, you've met a percentage of one.
That is true,
if,
yes.
Most people who've descended from Europe have 2% roughly, 1 to 2% of Neanderthal DNA. A really high end would be like the high end of the 2%.
Yeah,
But some
that's right,
people
fam.
from
Someone
Africa
did a naughty
or
back in the
parts of
day.
Asia, they have 0% Neanderthal. That's well, some I think many people did the naughty back in the day. Click.
No,
like-
some people. Some people.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mixing and yeah, back in the day. With the
Mm-hmm.
someone stumbled upon a monkey that wasn't quite a monkey but wasn't quite a human.
That's-
and
Get that monkey business out of here.
What? Oh no, monkey business. Oh no, don't put that in my head now. Click. Don't make me think
yes,
that way.
Yes, welcome. I'm corrupting it one podcast at a time. You're welcome. fam.
Shut up. I hate you. Salty, are you happy with how much time you spend on your projects right now?
I'm honestly not.
Like, if you could allocate it everywhere, what would you spend more time on? What would you spend less time on?
I would spend more time on YouTube, like more time on just trying to get a steady, like if I could make a daily video or at least a every other day video, that would make me so happy. Just producing that content, getting it out there, you know, because people want more, and it's like I can't produce fast enough. I feel like I'm always a video behind or a few days behind, and it's just it's stressful. I wish I could really put more time into it, and hopefully I can soon. Maybe with getting an editor. I've been talking to my work about doing part-time. They don't really like that idea, of course, because I do a lot for them over there with warehouse managing. I'm the only warehouse manager, so they don't like that idea, but I'm like, well, I got to focus on me and do what I got to do. So been looking around for other jobs just to free up some more time,
I can definitely tell why they wouldn't want to let you go. When you were talking about the earthquake happening and how every other pile of boxes fell down except for the ones you were responsible for.
Yeah, exactly. There's that.
That was pretty cool.
There's that. Yeah, all the other warehouses around us suffered lots of damage and lots of pallets like falling over. And we sell boxes and stuff, so they're stacked. Like a pallet is roughly like 5 or 6 feet tall. I don't know what that converts over to. But yeah, and then those are stacked
1.6, yeah, like 170, 180.
Yeah,
ish.
And then those are stacked 4 high, like basically scraping on the ceiling. We get so much stuff in. I'll unload 80 or 90 pallets a day and have to assert and allocate space for them, and so yeah, I feel like I do a lot for them over there, but it's just one of those jobs where you're not going anywhere, and there's nothing potential. So I need to start looking around and maybe get a part-time and free up some more time for YouTube and, actually do more of what I want to do all the time. So that's my main goal.
Yeah, if you can manage to pay the bills with a part-time, that might be a pretty good solution as the transfer period, so to say.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I had a scare when I jumped on the full-time. That's when my channel got deleted. That was like nice.
Yeah. That was scary, man.
Oh my God, I handed in my papers at work, and then 1 week later my channel got terminated at random for allegedly a strike. And, the video that got striked is still up. So I didn't even have a strike after it was over. It was like, wait, what? Was it a serious thing or not?
Is it? Yeah. YouTube's like, we're just going to wreck your life for a minute.
No, it's not green. It's a yellow video. Okay. But it's not,
Have you gone for a second review?
No, I don't want to review it.
Don't touch it. Don't poke the
that
beast.
video is not going to be monetized. It's not. It was before I started doing a super careful job at censoring. Like with that said, there's nothing super bad in it, but it has a few swear words and stuff, so it's not going to be green.
I mean, we've looked through it though. It didn't deserve what happened.
No. Of course it didn't.
Some junior reviewer out there had a bit of a thing.
They don't have a common.
And it was over the winter holidays.
Yeah.
No.
It's literally Christmas where you were.
Yes,
so
it was like the day before Christmas. My channel got taken down. But I've noticed that with reviewers in general. For example, I made an Insane Parents video quite recently, and that video was confirmed yellow when it was still unlisted. So I took it down, re-uploaded it, still yellow, confirmed by a manual review. I took it down, uploaded it again, then it became green. So I reviewed it 3 times. 2 times it became confirmed yellow, 1 time it became green, and that's the one I published. So the reviewers are insanely biased. It is ridiculous.
Whenever that happens, I always pull it down. I edit some things. I try to make it a little bit cleaner or tidy, or just do something to change it. Okay.
I had another video that was so interesting. It was my last Teehee video. Thanks, I hate it.
Right.
So I had 2 versions of that video. One that I uploaded and one that I uploaded the day after because I wanted to adjust the soundtrack during a small period of the video. So it was like the background music for about 30 seconds that was changed. Nothing else in the video was touched. The first version got marked for yellow by the bots, then confirmed yellow by manual review.
Oof.
The first one got green by the second one was green by the bots. And I just uploaded it, and it's been monetized.
And it was just the music
since.
that you changed.
Yeah, and it's not even for a big part of the video. It's like for 30 seconds in the middle of the video, I changed the music. Yeah.
So you never know. There's no way to know anymore. You could literally delete the video that got confirmed yellow, delete it, re-upload that same video, and it could go green. Like it could.
Yep.
I'll give 3 examples of videos that you wouldn't expect to get demonetized that have been manually reviewed, demonetized.
Yeah, exactly.
r/aw, r/wholesome memes. r/humans being bros. Those are 3 videos on my channel that are confirmed yellow.
That is sad, man.
Ridiculous.
Oh, that makes me want to cry. Like, that's just so unbalanced. And come on, YouTube.
I ended up having to delete them. But the reason why I produce videos every second day now instead of every day, not only to put a little bit more time into the edits, but it also has to sit in the queue, have enough time to be reviewed, and then have enough time for me to be able to delete it, re-upload it, have it reviewed again, and then go live. And it's like even Valentine's Day was the worst. Where, well, not the worst, but one of the examples of the bad is when you put it out there, and it's green, it goes live, and then goes to yellow, and it's like,
Yeah.
what do you want
You're
from
literally
me?
begging YouTube to like look at it. I remember on Twitter, you're like, YouTube, it's Valentine's Day. Like, I've got a video. Will
Do
you
it for
look at
love.
it, please. Wasn't that the one that
That's
had
right, yeah.
86 views, like 86 reviews on it, basically?
God.
Not the Valentine's Day one. No, one of the gay ones that I did. It might have been r/gay. That one.
When they
that
have
one
to
had
watch
80,
your video
86 reviews.
times to make sure
Before it
it's
went
good.
green.
Like that passed through
That's
their whole
ridiculous. That's
YouTube economy,
insane.
like their whole YouTube thing.
Like, I'm mad about them not monetizing gay videos, and I know my way of protesting that is to make more. I'm not making it easy for myself. But they're so fun. They're so nice, and it bothers me that they have so much good content out there that they could monetize, even if they went
Right.
for advertisers that want the yellows. Like, they need to target those yellows with advertisers.
I
Yes,
agree.
of course.
And
And I mean,
them
the
not doing
threshold
it is
for
still shaping
getting
the
a
landscape.
video, the threshold between a yellow and a green video, it's so small. It's the
It's a
smallest things.
Right.
You can say the words. You can say the word shite. Somewhere in the video, and
Yep.
it gets to yellow. My camera just died, by the way, but not
Yeah,
much to go
I
about that now.
heard that.
Yeah,
Oh no.
yeah. I think I might need to get a new battery for that one. Anyway,
Oh.
so
Oh, it's completely dead now? It's just me on screen?
oh yeah, now it says C1 screen fam.
Ah, just put me dead center. Here we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
Hi,
zooming in
everyone.
on his
This is now the
nostrils.
One Topic Podcast. How's it going? Wait, what'd you say quick?
Zoom in on his nostrils. So anyway.
Oh,
So there's such a small threshold where a video can be monetized, because if it's too family friendly, you get struck by COPPA. And if you
Right.
say like
If
one
it's too family
swear
friendly,
too
no one
much
watches it.
somewhere in the video, it's yellow and you won't make a dime.
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it feels
Even
like
though you get a
they've
ton of
eased
views.
up on the swears and stuff after COPPA, but it's
Yeah.
also just speculation on my
You
part.
either get a $20,000 fine, or you just don't make money on your video.
Yeah.
How about that?
I think it's a bit of,
Or you
I've kicked my
maybe-
camera. I think it's a bit
Yeah.
of confirmation bias
Oh.
in that we're hoping to see a result. We're then making it to fit that result, and then we're seeing the results of that test as being confirmation of the thing that we thought would happen. I honestly don't think they're going easier on most things. I think the bots have been flagging fewer things, but I don't think the manual reviewers have been flagging fewer things.
Right.
No, probably not. I mean, I have not
And
had
it's
to review my last 3 videos. That's simply why I have that bias, I guess, why it feels easier. Because just a couple of weeks ago, I had to review every single video. Every single one, even wholesome memes.
Yeah, welcome to my life.
That sucks. That's so bad.
And I mean, I still can't trust it because maybe, I don't know my upload schedule. If I upload a video today, maybe I can publish it today. Maybe it goes yellow by the bots and I can publish it in what, like 2 days, 3 days?
Right.
Yep.
If you upload it on
Hmm.
green, you upload it on green, and YouTube's like, yeah, this is all good. Everything, put your ads in there, schedule it, you're all good.
Oh, it's
10
the
minutes
worst.
after it goes live, or even an hour, 3 hours after it goes live. Just kidding. You get it. No, never mind. This video is actually bad. It's not
Yeah.
green. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that with my S-Bobby video that I made. It was
Oh,
green. I had it in the queue for like 2 or 3 days. It didn't go yellow. Even after I added like thumbnails, titles, everything, it was exactly the same. Still green. So after a couple of days, I was like, okay, I guess the bot's not gonna catch this one. So I published it. 5 minutes after publish, it's yellow.
Oh.
And then another 20 minutes after publish, it's back to green. And then
Yeah,
another
and
5
that
minutes
too.
go, and it's back to yellow.
Like,
and then back to
what?
green.
Make
And then
up
when I
your
woke up the
mind.
next morning, it was green. But it completely tanked the views. It tanked the monetization. It completely destroyed that video's premiere.
Yeah.
Because it was back and forth between, is this good? No, it's bad. Oh, good.
10 hours of work just for YouTube to just fumble it, and it's like,
Yeah,
dude,
exactly.
come on.
It's so ridiculous.
It can
Then
get
I'd rather
frustrating.
have a slow manual review and just have it guaranteed rather than have something like that going on.
Right, like if you knew it was going to take 3 days, but it was like a guaranteed thing or whatever, yeah. I think that would be what most people choose instead of just not knowing, like, okay, it's green, I guess I'll just throw it up tomorrow, and then...
Maybe I'll make a salary this week, or
Yeah.
maybe not.
yeah, exactly. Oh.
And the bad thing is, it shouldn't punish your audience,
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a thing that, like on my side, if I make a great gay video, which I did just a couple days ago, and it was green, and then after it published, it went yellow, and then I manually reviewed a day later, and it went green again. The views, you can't see my camera right now, but the views were going like this. It was actually my top viewed video in the first number of hours that it was up. As soon as it went yellow, it went, and then started going like that. And it's just...
That kills it.
Yeah.
The notifications don't go out because they delay them, like, even up to 24 hours I'll get delayed for Illuminati's channel's notifications, for example.
Really?
So I won't even see her newest video till a day later. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's weird. And then for my videos, it seems the same, where those next day notifications or the later day notifications don't get sent out simply because they think it's yellow. And then if it goes green, they still don't send them out after that.
Yeah.
It's frustrating because I think that's more of a high risk video than something that stays green consistently.
Right.
Which
Well,
means
and
that my audience, who's looking for the positive memes, won't see the positive memes.
Right. Well, they're waiting
who's
for
this
that
helping?
notification because they're used to getting notified, and then all of a sudden
Exactly.
they don't get notified. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe OT's busy and he didn't upload.
Must not have a video.
They're not gonna
Yeah.
type in, one topic at a time. Go to your channel every time. Okay, he didn't post today. Okay, I'll wait till
Yeah, the recommended tab is
Exactly.
where a lot of the views come from. I'm actually going to show you guys something. This is a video that I uploaded some time ago. It was doing really well the first few hours. Like it was a 2 out of 10 or 1 out of 10, in views compared to the other videos. And then it got, I don't know what happened, but what I realized afterwards is that even when a video is demonetized, you still have a few monetizable views. Not many. I mean,
Yes,
like
not many.
5% of what you would usually have.
Right.
This one actually has 0 monetizable views after the point that it's happened. So
Oh.
something must have marked it
wow.
as, completely non-advertiser. And this is what happened to the view curve when that hit.
Oh,
Look at that
man.
flat line. So,
Gee, yeah, that thing was shooting. That was gonna shoot high, like way high.
yeah. And that just killed it. I mean, I don't need to make money off of everything I do. A lot of the stuff I make is passion projects, but
Right.
when the views get killed by like that as well, nobody's gonna see it. You
It
won't make a
hurts,
dime
man.
from it.
It
What is
physically
the
hurts.
point?
It's like
I just want
yeah.
people to see it.
Yeah.
I don't need to make
Exactly.
all the money.
And that's the main
Just
thing.
please
where
send the
really-
notifications out for people to put the bell on.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. At least do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's where most of our time goes, fam. Everyone in the podcast audience is we all coordinate behind the scenes to try to figure out what does and does not work, and then we spend the most time trying to fight the analytics to get
Pretty
the
much,
video
yeah.
we've edited
Yep.
for 2 days
But
to actually
still
get seen.
provide quality stuff out to everyone. It's hard to find that balance
Yeah.
sometimes.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
you usually
tricky.
say like, let's say you make a video per day and it takes 8 hours to edit the video. That's like a full-time job. But then it also takes half an hour to an hour to make a thumbnail and fix all the titles and links and stuff.
Right.
And then it takes another hour to fix all the reviews. And, maybe you need to delete it, re-upload it because you edited something when the bots caught it. And then you have to wait a couple of days to get it reviewed. Maybe it gets confirmed again. You have to re-upload it. So it's not...
It's a process.
It's not just 8 hours a day, fam. It's a lot of masochistic stuff
It
around
is.
it.
It's stressful because you get a video done. You're super proud of this video. It's a masterpiece work of art, and you just can't wait for everybody to see it. And you hope it does good. And then you just kind of you do all that work, and YouTube in 5 minutes could be like, nope, sorry, And then it's
Yeah,
buried
less than
under
that.
2 million videos. It's like, okay. Thanks.
I mean, they
Thanks,
must have
YouTube.
such a small amount of time to review videos. It feels like they would probably get paid more depending on how many videos they review. So they just
Yeah.
go like bam, 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 check down the checklist and then move on. So then you're
Right.
there for
They
like
probably
hours
have-
trying to figure out what the heck actually happened.
Yeah. Hopefully they have some kind of quality control to where if someone's just doing that, like with the whole channel termination thing, like, oh man, what kind of quality
Oh, yeah,
control
that's-
were they doing at that point? Like, good
I
lord.
don't know. So
I
ridiculous.
don't wish for most people that they'd lose their job, but I think if you go so far beyond the call of your position and do something that bad, there should be consequences. Whether that be
Oh, yeah.
an entire
Right.
re-education on how to do the job with like someone reviewing your work after that, or if it would mean someone asking you to exit the position.
Yeah.
I hope
No,
that there
I
were
don't-
consequences for that because you were down
Yes.
for weeks, and that's
I was
Yeah.
down for
money. That was your
almost
project.
almost 3 weeks.
So much money,
I don't
man.
want to go
Yeah.
into details how much money I lost, but it was a lot. I basically lost more than one monthly salary due to all that time plus
And
recovery
it affected
time.
you for quite a while after that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of stress, just having, I'm not sure if I'm going to get my job back, and I just quit my day job. How am I going to proceed with my life after
And
this?
it was Christmas, so Merry Christmas.
Yes.
you
Yeah.
know?
At Christmas.
Yeah, it pretty much ruined both Christmas and New Year's, so that was fun. No, so I don't usually wish ill on people. I believe much in the live and let live kind of thing because all our experiences are subjective.
Right.
But in that case, it really felt like someone was going after me. I hope they lost their job, honestly. I'm not a vengeful person, but I really hope they lost their job.
Yeah, due to the circumstance of everything that happened with no strikes or anything, it was just
No,
it
my
just
record
poofed.
my record is completely clean. Most people speculate
yeah.
if I have strikes and stuff because I do cursed content, but I
Right.
never cross the line. I always censor the stuff that is too bad, or I don't go into detail, or if something is too personally attacking, I just cut the post completely. So my record is
'cause we're not
actually
looking to farm
100% clean.
clicks.
I've never had a strike or a warning ever, and something like that just out of the blue, bam. It's like what?
Yeah, we try our best to stay within the community guidelines. We don't want to, get in trouble or have our channel be, compromised in any way. Because it's our livelihood. And I love uploading. It's seriously like such an amazing experience to be able to do that and share content with people and have them receive. YouTube really is a great platform, and lately they really got to work on some things because
Yeah,
it's all
the
a lot of it's up
platform
in
is
the air.
great, but yeah, a lot of things are weird. A lot of things are unnecessary. That's the critique I have. For example, the monetization stuff. That's just makes the bot go easier. I mean, they have people twerking and swearing and violence on TV, and they have tons of ads.
Yeah.
Why can't we say, oh heck, oh your channel
Yeah.
is deleted for hate speech? It's like whoa.
Yeah.
So what they have right now, I actually appreciate how they have a tiered system for how monetization should work. I don't think the yellows should be penalized as much as they are, or at all. I think advertisements should be placed on those. I don't think those should be limited for views. I think there should be a step below that, between that and demonetized fully.
Yeah.
That way, green is just like family friendly, like everyone can enjoy. Yellow is like a little bit, you probably push it to just the teen accounts and above, as it should be for all videos because it's YouTube and not YouTube Kids. And then
Right.
below that would be, okay, this is an at-risk video. But having everything that's not the most clean be an at-risk video is not reflective of what's on the platform or of real life. Like people, like you said, watch shows like Castle. It's a very family-friendly show, but there's murder in it. Where would that land in YouTube's analytics? And that's just a very daytime television show. We do these videos. We don't show anything violent. We don't show any murders or anything like that. It's not hate speech. We're not showing any slurs. We're just making
mention
memes.
a word. Yeah,
and then it's
exactly.
like, oh, at risk.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's so strange. It's like they're trying to wash it to such a extreme extent. Just anything that could be considered not advertiser friendly.
Right.
But huh? I mean, that's not people.
But it's
what people
advertiser
enjoy
friendly
watching.
for any advertiser. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, you run a church and you don't want your ads on LGBT videos. Well, we'll just
Right.
make them all at risk for
Right.
every advertiser. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, huh?
But if you're selling like Dollar Shave Club or like different ads like that, like they should have, and they say they're going to, but they should have advertisers that want to work with yellow videos because a lot of people watch demonetized content. A lot of people do. And if they can find a way
I used to get-
still run ads on that type of content, like it'd be huge.
You just
for
look at-
everyone.
I used to get Shudder
Look at Noah,
advertised
for
on
example.
the channel.
What was that?
Oh, just look at
No, I used
Noah,
to-
for example.
Noah,
videos
yeah.
are all demonetized. And
Yeah.
imagine, even for YouTube, imagine all the money they have lost on those videos. It's like no income because YouTube keep about 40% of the ad revenue videos make.
Right.
We get about 60% of the cut, which we never see really, but that's the contract you sign with the partnership essentially.
Yep.
There's no way to
So-
guarantee it, but yeah.
But that's how it's supposed to be at least. So it's really strange that they don't want to push it further because even for us, even if they don't give a crap about the creators, it must be so much lost revenue for YouTube themselves. It's a ridiculous business
Millions.
system. Yeah.
Oh,
More.
exactly.
Over
Exactly.
Billions.
Yeah, seriously. The number is
Trillions.
probably so far high up there. It's just it's gross. It's probably gross to like know the real number on that.
I'm waiting to see if my Florida man gets monetized. Salty, click. We are hitting the 1 hour mark. Typically, we keep these podcasts roughly an hour. And then afterwards, we jump into the bonus episode for those patrons who have decided to stick around.
Indeed.
Yay.
So I think now would be kind of like a healthy point to get any final thoughts in.
Oh yeah. If you want to start YouTube, kids, make sure to balance your life.
Yes.
And there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Most people see the glory on top of it, like, oh, look at how many followers there, the glamorous lifestyle, there are people liking their videos. But that's like, that's the top tip of the iceberg. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes. There is how you manage your income, manage your company behind the scenes. Even for channels, like Sad Milk, we have editors, we have people that we've hired. There's a lot of quote-unquote adult stuff that goes into managing YouTube business, even though it seems simple on the surface. And also the fact with balancing your life. When you don't have anybody else making your schedule for you, you can either work very much too little and very much too much.
Yeah, exactly.
There's stuff you can receive from it that's quite good that you might not see opportunity from elsewhere, but there's so much you have to give up to get there. And it's the sacrifice that I'm not sure people are prepared for.
Oh, no.
For me, like you said, when no one else sets your schedule, you can work as much as you can. You know me, that just means I don't stop.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the only way
exactly.
I've been able to make things work. If I didn't work this often, I would not have anyone watching my videos, I don't think, because of how YouTube kind of squashes videos and the notifications. It's a level of expected work in order to maintain any modicum of success. It's very challenging.
Yeah, and you got to keep it going. You can't, if you want to start a channel, you can't just, all right, I put up a video and then I'll put up another one. You have to like be consistent with it, and you have to really give it a lot of time for it to grow. If you really want to make it work, you really got to put your heart and soul into it. And it takes a lot. It's a lot of sacrifice. It really is, like you said.
It is.
Hey, Dollar Shave Club, hit me up.
Yes.
Hit me up, Dollar Shave Club. Okay.
And also,
you got to aim
also
higher. Come on, Nike. Come on, Google, whatever. Sponsor me.
Come on, Tesla.
I'd be happy.
I'll advertise Tesla.
But only the time it takes to find your own brand. For example, go back 6 months and watch my videos from last summer, for example. It is not the same thing. You're not even close.
Right.
So just the time, I would say you need to make probably like at least 50 videos until you find your personal brand or personal touch to it. Before that, it's just going to be, pretty much a hit or miss. You're just going to toss stuff try to hit a bullseye in a dark room, essentially.
Yep.
And eventually you will hit it if you toss enough arrows, but it takes time. It takes time.
That's a really good analogy. The bullseye in the dark room, you're just throwing arrows, hitting the wall, bouncing off the window, and you find that bullseye, or you get close to it and you start hitting the very edges of the bullseye, and it's like, okay. Maybe I can.
Now I'm onto something.
Yeah, you learn that. Okay, there's the position. Now I just need to throw it right. Okay, there we go. I'm closer to the bolt. You know what I mean? It's a test.
Yes.
So.
Well, pretty good closing points. So thank you so much for watching, and for the Patreons, there's going to be a bonus episode as well with Salty. So thank you very much for coming on, man, and thank you all for watching.
Me. Seriously, thank you for inviting me.
Check out Salty Reddits. His channel's in the description, and he makes good, wholesome stuff.
Yay!
Yay!
So other than that, we do hope that all of you at home have a wonderful day, night time, or whatever time you live, and we will see you in the next podcast episode. Take care. Mwah.
Mwah.